Good day everyone. For today, our lesson is types of text. So before we continue, let's first define what is text. So text is a choice of words for a message. So it consists of adjective, adverbs, nouns, verbs, and prepositions. It can be also defined as an arrangement of words to transmit a clear message. Or both are used to create a readable text and sense-making communication. So for today, the definition of text that we have is to create a readable text and sense-making communication. So we have four domains of text. So we have the narrative, the descriptive, the persuasive, and the expository text. So our four types of text. So we can actually predict what kind of text type a literary piece is by how? By if we know the author, how is the text written, the format, who is it for? So is it a story or is it an essay? It depends. Who is it for? What is the content all about? Is it for kids or is it for politicians? And motive. So why was it written? So out of the four we have, first is narrative text. So narrative text is writing that tells a story. So this is a text that focuses on telling a story. So stories, novels, fables, and folklore are the most common narrative texts. This text is written in the when, where, who, what, and why format. Autobiographies, biographies, and personal stories are written narratively. Narrative texts include these elements. So we have the exposition, the setting, character, conflict, the plot, the climax, the resolution, or denouement. So here is the graphic organizer for a narrative text. So we have here the exposition, going to the rising action, going to the most important part, the climax, going to the almost ending, falling action, and the ending itself, resolution. Next, descriptive text. So this text focuses on sensory and in a detailed writing. So poetry and creative text types are the most common descriptive texts. This type of text writing creates an experience for the reader through the use of sensory language. So descriptive text more on being creative, such as poetry, and uses sensory images or imagery. So we have persuasive text, writing that tries to convince you to think in a certain way. So this is a text that tries to have an argument with you or tries to persuade you. So speeches, advertisement writing, and opinion letters, articles, or essays are the most common persuasive texts. This text uses a specific format which includes pro and con sides of an issue. Exclamatory and emphatic language is used to persuade the reader to the author's point of view. So this time, the key elements of a persuasive text is, first of all, we have the idea, the main idea or the argument, the supporting ideas, then how is it written, what are the different techniques used, persuasive techniques, expository or informational text. So this kind of text that exposes new information to the reader or explains or gives information about a topic. Functional documents and everyday documents are examples of expository text. So types of expository texts or kinds or examples. We have textbooks, encyclopedias, research and data reports, maps, tables, and timelines. So this time an element or the main features of informational texts, we have its central purpose, its main idea, again supporting idea and illustrations. Next, types of functional documents. Documents you interact with, one that requires an action on the reader's part. For example, agreements, contracts, memos, or fill-in forms, applications, checklists, or rubrics and evaluation forms. And types of everyday text, so everyday text that you can easily see every day, schedules, directions, instructional materials, how manuals, and media and sign symbols. Elements of functional and everyday text. So their key elements is that they are both organized information. So they focuses on giving information. It is a sequence of data. We have steps to follow, and the data is very relevant, so very trending, and uses visual schematics with labels. So that is all for the different types of text. So I hope you understand our lesson for today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and goodbye.